12 verse 17 to 21. Somebody read.
ಯಾರಿಗೂ ಅಪಕಾರಕ್ಕೆ ಅಪಕಾರವನ್ನು ಮಾಡಬೇಡಿರಿ. ಎಲ್ಲರ ದೃಷ್ಟಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದು ಗೌರವವಾದದ್ದು ಅದನ್ನೇ ಯೋಚಿಸಿ ಸಾಧಿಸಿರಿ. ಸಾಧ್ಯವಾದರೆ ನಿಮ್ಮಿಂದಾಗುವ ಮಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲರ ಸಂಗಡ ಸಮಾಧಾನದಿಂದಿರಿ. ಪ್ರಿಯರೇ, ನೀವೇ ಮುಯಿಗೆ ಮುಯಿ ತೀರಿಸದೆ ಶಿಕ್ಷಿಸುವುದನ್ನು ದೇವರಿಗೆ ಬಿಡಿರಿ. ಯಾಕೆಂದರೆ ಮುಯಿಗೆ ಮುಯಿ ತೀರಿಸುವುದು ನನ್ನ ಕೆಲಸ, ನಾನೇ ಪ್ರತಿಫಲವನ್ನು ಕೊಡುವೆನು ಎಂದು ಕರ್ತನು ಹೇಳುತ್ತಾನೆಂಬುದಾಗಿ ಬರೆದದೆ. ಹಾಗಾದರೆ ನಿನ್ನ ವೈರಿ ಹಸಿದಿದ್ದರೆ ಅವನಿಗೆ ಊಟಕ್ಕೆ ಬಡಿಸು, ಬಾಯಾರಿದ್ದರೆ ಕುಡಿಯುವುದಕ್ಕೆ ಕೊಡು. ಹೀಗೆ ಮಾಡುವುದರಿಂದ ಅವನ ತಲೆ ಮೇಲೆ ಕೆಂಡಗಳನ್ನು ಕೂಡಿಸಿಟ್ಟಂತಾಗುವುದು. ಕೆಟ್ಟತನಕ್ಕೆ ಸೋತು ಹೋಗದೆ ಒಳ್ಳೆತನದಿಂದ ಕೆಟ್ಟತನವನ್ನು ಸೋಲಿಸು.
So here it says, I'm going to teach about having peace with everybody. So while having peace means being good with everybody, having a good connection with all, not having any arguments or not scolding somebody, having fightings between somebody. That peace I'm talking about here. So when we talk about peace, that's the first thing that comes in our head, right? Not fighting with anybody, not sitting and quarreling, hitting anybody, punching somebody, scolding somebody. That's the first thing. Without any of that, living with somebody, that peace I'm talking about. Many people they'll have trouble with having peace with some people. For most people, they'll say, okay, it's easy for having peace with this person. But for other people, like out of the bloom, like the spoiled apples out of the great good apples, or the bananas out of the oranges, like that. Out of those, they'll say, okay, this is kind of hard. This person is very hard for me to have peace with. Every day, this person sit and scold me every single day. Yeah, sometimes it's hard like that if you're living with the same person in the same roof, under one roof only. If you're living with a bunch of people and some people are pretty hard to live with, yeah, they're thinking ahead, this person is so hard to live with peace. Yeah, how am I supposed to do this? God, why you're telling me like this? Yeah, but even it says here, if it is possible, as far as it depends on you, live at peace with everybody. Everybody means what for you people? Everybody, na? Every single person around the room, everybody you meet, your neighbors, the people you have interact with, those peace. Having peace with everybody, literally. So when it comes to arguing and all, many people after arguing, they'll stay distance with each other. After shouting at somebody or simply quarreling about something, they'll have distance with each other. God doesn't want that distance to happen really, okay? He doesn't like his children to be distant for 1 week, 2 weeks. God doesn't like that. He wants peace. He doesn't want one child to be that side, other child to be this side, not talking at all with each other. God hates that. He wants his children to be together, happily in peace. But when we fight with somebody, we stay distant with them. And we won't talk to them or won't even come near them for like 1 or 2 weeks, mostly. Some people even go for months, years. That's the problem there. God doesn't like that. See, yes, being with the peace with somebody is hard, but you have to also think in God's thinking. If I quarrel with, example, Chinyaka or Mummy or Daddy, I can't stay far from them for the entire day, can I? Once in a while, at least I need them right next to me. I need, especially Chinyaka, every day at least I'll have some small argument with her. But in the end of the day, I still go to her and say, Chinyaka, I love you, Chinyaka. Every day, somehow, I can't stay distant with her. Okay, I can't stay distant for her with 1 day also. Even if I'm going to my uncle's house or my aunt's house, I always tell her, Chinyaka, come with me, Chinyaka, come with me, Chinyaka, come with me. Okay, everywhere. If I get used to staying somewhere without Chinyaka, I'll say, okay, I'll stay here 1 day without Chinyaka, but I can't sit and stay in one place for 1 or 2 days, 3 days, 4 days continuous. Impossible for me, I'll die there itself. I'll sit and call my mother and father saying, Ma, Dad, come and take me home. That's how I am. I can't stay apart from somebody. Even most of you, right? If you meet somebody very close to you or somebody is already close to you, you can't stay distant with that person for a very long time, right? Always that person has to be near you, or you at least have to talk to that person at least 1 or 2 days. So even after quarreling also, many people, I don't know how, after quarreling, somehow they distance from each other. 1 week, 2 week. Literally. For me it is impossible. I don't know how many people do that, okay? And they'll sit and quarrel about small issue, they won't talk for 1 or 2 months. My head always spins on that. I don't know how, okay? To stay distance from somebody, I can't even imagine it. I can't even do that really. I don't know. Even if my father or mother, even if they quarrel also, still they will be okay with each other. Still after few hours or something, they'll be okay, calm, cool. They'll still say okay, it is okay. They'll leave that issue and they'll come off. They won't keep that issue with them every day, every single second, every single minute. It's with me, Chinyaka, anybody that are close with their family members, friends or anybody. But there are people, I don't understand those people. Still, having peace with God, having peace with everybody is number one. Of course, Jesus Christ is the Prince of Peace itself. So we have to have peace, right? If Jesus is the Prince of Peace, why can't we have peace? Compulsory only to have peace. So if your enemy, see here only it says, if your enemy is hungry, feed him. Or don't sit and feed him poison. That is one, okay. Feed him. That means giving him food, giving him something good to eat. If your enemy is hungry, okay. Understood that? Not sitting and doing this or that to that food. Even in one drink also, give him water, give him juice, lemon juice, mango juice, whatever. So he won't starve, right? So he won't feel thirst in his mouth or in his stomach, so that he can live. Even if it's your enemy, your most worst enemy, still give it to him. Understood? Even if he did something horrible to you, give it. Just say, okay, God has told me to be peace with everybody. I will. You have to manage. Manage means manage. You just have to say, I have to live with peace with this person. Okay, don't try and start a whole war with one new person. Okay, somebody comes here, you don't like the person, and say, okay bro, I don't like you, we'll start war. No, just say, okay, calm with that person. Even if you don't feel that really nice feeling about that person, just be flat, be cool with that person. Chill, that's it. Here also, if somebody sits and leads you to a stairs and pushes you down the stairs, don't sit and drag that person to a cliff and push that person down the cliff. See, here I'm saying, do not repay anybody evil for evil. Even if that person sits and stabs you in the back, betrays you, hurts you, kicks you, there's so much for you. Don't repay that person, because if you do that, you're just going to be worse like that person only. You're just going to be like that person. If you want to live in peace, if that person has done the same thing that they did to you, change that person, change yourself, live with peace, and that person will know, okay, I have done something wrong. They'll go and ask forgiveness, won't they not? They will. They'll say, sorry for doing this to you, please forgive me. That person will also change. God will also be happy, saying, okay, my child has helped my other child. Now that child won't do any such things again. Easy. Live in peace with everybody. Yes, it may be difficult. Do it. It's not like it's impossible, is it? Anything is possible as long as you try. As long as you ask God, saying, okay God, I will do this. Listen to Him. Ask and listen to Him. Just deal with it. Just deal with it. That's it. Even through as much as pain that person has put into you, return that person with goodness. Okay, even it says here, do not overcome by evil, but overcome evil with good. If somebody gives you evil, give them good. Don't need to give them evil. Do you have to really give them evil? Do not take revenge. Is it really compulsory for you to take revenge? No. Of course, olden days and all, they'll say, I will take my revenge. But no. Now it's different. Olden days, if somebody sits and destroys their hut or something, kings or queens, they'll say, I will take my revenge. I will destroy their kingdom. Won't they? person. He is also in real life. He died a long time ago. He said, I will take my revenge. I will also do the same. No. Stay in peace with everybody. Don't, if somebody gives you evil, give them good. If somebody hurts you, help them out. It's best, okay? Overcome evil by giving good. That's the main topic here. That always have peace with others, always be good. By then, God He will forgive that person who has done evil to you. Revenge means, see, God only said it says, but leave room for God's wrath. Right, that's what God said. Even here also, it is written, it is mine to avenge. I will repay, says the Lord. God Himself is there. So why do you have to sit and do revenge? See, whatever we do, God will do 1,000 times worse. Revenge means, okay? If we simply push somebody down the stairs, God will do 1,000 times more. Wrath means what? God's wrath. Nice only will be God's wrath. So just leave it to God. If that person really hurt you so much, but you want to take revenge on that person, don't do it yourself. Just say, God, I'm leaving this to you. You want to do what you want. And leave it to God's wrath. That's it. God is much better in doing revenge than any of us, okay? So just leave it to God and stay peace with that person. Even if that person sits and hits you, okay, live with that peace. God will only do His work. Why should I come and interfere in that work? Leave it. Live in peace with everybody. Live in peace with God, and God's peace will also be with you. Understood? Everybody got clearance here? What I'm saying? Everybody understood what I'm saying? Even if your worst enemy comes right in front of the door and says, hey bro, I'm very sorry for everything I did. Can you please forgive me? Say, okay, I forgive you. That's it. 2 simple words, no? 3 simple words. That's it. Okay, I forgive you. That's it. Okay? Tell that God will have peace with you. God will have peace with that person also. Finished. Why again starting one more great war, one more big fuss? Tell me. It's important to have peace with everybody. Right? God, Jesus is the Prince of Peace. Did He sit and do any war? People were sitting and screaming at Him. Did Jesus come and say, I will take my revenge? Did He say that? Anywhere in the Bible is it written? When Jesus was dying on the cross, did He say, God, destroy all these people? Or did He say, God, forgive them? Or what did Jesus say? Forgive them. Forgive them, right? A or B? B. Then, if Jesus is able to do that, even in the worst state of in His death itself, why can't we do it? Jesus, He was nicely put nail in His hands, in His leg. He was on the cross. That's one of the worst deaths, the crucifixion. If somebody pushes down the stairs, is it comparing to crucifixion? That's nothing. So, if Jesus in that state can say, I forgive you, forgive them, we too, in such a small state, we too can say, God, forgive them. God, please help me to forgive this person. It may be hard, but forgive that person. Have peace with that person. No matter what happens, no matter how much they hurt you, just say, I'm cool with this person. God, I'm leaving your wrath only. You do your work. I am peace with this person. God will say, okay, my child, you have left room for me. I will do my work. You have been peace. You have done your job. That's it. God will say that only. He wants it and say the sin that He wants. He'll say these words only. Or He'll tell it in different type of words. That's it. Have peace with everybody. May God bless this verse.